Commander, welcome. Let's get started right away.
Of course. I'm sure time isn't on our side.
It so rarely is. Galena Rance. I'm the Supreme Chancellor of the Republic. But don't hold that against me.
The last Chancellor wasn't my biggest fan.
Well, I wasn't her biggest fan, so I'm thinking we'll get along just fine.
This is Fleet Admiral Newman. He'll be commanding the naval aspects of Corellia's defense.
Not an easy task, unfortunately.
Alright then. How do we defend Corellia? How do we save the Meridian Complex shipyard?
The captured Dark Counselor, Darth Savick, revealed much about the enemy fleet's capabilities. But she didn't know their attack plan. I've positioned our ships for maximum flexibility. Rapid reaction is our best hope.
How can the Alliance fleet help with the battle?
I'd like to keep them hidden on the far side of the planet Talos. Once we've seen the Empire's strategy, they can hyper-jump in wherever they'll be most effective. Savick has also revealed that the Imperial Armada will include a group of dreadnoughts equipped with Isotope 5 generators, and another with silencer superweapons.
Meaning?
The Isotope 5 ships will be much faster than standard, with far stronger shields. The silencers can destroy capital ships in a single shot.
What do we have that can go up against weapons like those?
We had hoped Admiral Revol's null cannons would be available in time, but the prototypes are still too unstable to deploy.
Alright, that's everything in orbit. How about planet side?
Anti-aircraft turrets and defensive shielding are already in place. So long as they remain operational, the facility will be safe from aerial attack.
And our ground forces?
We've deployed as many soldiers as possible to the Meridian Complex, but it was built as a shipyard, not a fortress. We can only station so many troops in the facility before we end up leaving them exposed. So, the rest are positioned as close by as possible.
I've gathered as many Jedi as I could to join the defense, including volunteers from Corellia's Green Jedi. But there are still too few to repel a significant Sith contingent. Commander, we'd like you and your Alliance forces to join the ground defense group and help tip the odds in our favor.
Do we know anything about the Empire's ground forces? Will Malgus be leading them?
That's a safe bet, but we know little else, unfortunately. Savick wasn't involved in that aspect of the plan either.
Sounds like everyone knows their job. The Republic's counting on you, friends. If we're gonna put up a decent fight going forward, we need that shipyard. Make us all proud.
Safe travels. Newman out.
We'll make our way to Corellia in my personal ship. There should be just enough time to cook up a nice rishkate and a pot of Gatalenton before we arrive.
Tau informed me of Arn's difficulties on Meksha. I want to thank you for keeping her involved as you did. Arn acted rashly, but thanks to you, Master and Student have been brought closer together as a result. Recognizing when help is needed can be very important, but recognizing who should be giving that help, that can be even more important.
What made you assign Arn as Tau's Padawan?
They face the same challenges. Neither of them feels they fit the mold of the ideal Jedi. Both struggle with past traumas. By teaching Arn, Tau will realize how far her abilities truly go. In learning from Tau, Arn will find that his past doesn't prevent him from becoming a great Jedi. Now then, enough talk. We have a battle to win, don't we? Not to mention, I was in a Bacta tank the last time Daerun brewed this tea of his. I want to see what all the fuss is about. But you must admit, it's hardly the Sith approach.
I've grown far stronger working beside her than I ever could have become through treachery.
Intriguing. I suppose the Sith Code never specifically calls for the usurpation of the Master by the apprentice. Merely the pursuit of greater power.
Precisely. It's only natural that the strongest should lead, but the goal should be strength, not necessarily leadership. If one is truly strong, leadership comes inevitably.
A unique point of view among the Sith.
Perhaps that's why we aren't among the Sith now.
Passing the time with a bit of philosophical discussion?
Yes, quite enjoyably, in fact. I hope we can speak more later.
Exiting hyperspace in the Corellia system, now.
Groups 4 and 5, position Orc 9. 6, 7, and 8, staggered column behind them.
Daerun here. Report.
The enemy arrived ahead of schedule. They're split into 3 groups we've designated Hound, Raptor, and Swarm. Energy signatures tell us Hound group contains the Isotope 5 dreadnoughts. They're approaching our lines head-on at maximum speed. Following behind, Raptor group, vertical halo formation to maximize field of fire. The silencers, covering Hound group's approach. Swarm group contains the bulk of the attacking fleet. It dropped out of hyperspace on the far side of the planet, well out of weapons range. Objective, unknown.
Understood. How can we help?
Approaching the vector we're sending now to avoid Raptor group's targeting range. Then make for the surface.
Admiral, it's Swarm Group. They've also opened fire.
Open fire on what? We're out of range.
They aren't firing on us. They're firing on the surface, the cities. Residential, manufacturing. It's totally indiscriminate.
We have to stop them. Thousands, even millions could die.
We have no ships to spare. Only the Alliance fleet in reserve, and we need them to drop the silencers. Commander.
Forget the plan. Those people need us. Admiral Ego, get to the far side of Corellia. Stop the Imperials any way you can.
Copy that. Moving out.
Reading multiple new targets. They must have been hidden by Hound's energy signatures.
They're going to beat us to the surface. All shuttles, prepare for launch.
A wave of Imperial dropships beat us to the surface. We're in for a fight.
Finally, solid ground. Nice flying. Arn, are you ready?
Ready, Master.
We'll follow your lead.
Time to kick the Empire off Corellia for good.
All clear.
Looks that way. You saved me. Thank you. Thank you! It's you! After all these years, you came to rescue me!
Theron, is it really you?
Of course it's me! Who else would the Republic trust to build a state-of-the-art facility chock full of cutting-edge exotechnology?
Wait, his name's Theron too?
But if you didn't know I was here, then you must be here to stop the Imperials, I suppose. Which is good too!
I'm surprised Holiday isn't here. Is she safe?
Safer than all of us. She's far from here. Nothing to worry about.
Commander.
Tau, Arn.
We're all right, old man.
And this is?
Theron Cedrax, foremost authority on exotechnology and principal systems engineer of this once fine facility.
Where's Darth Malgus?
Ah, you'll be quite proud of me. I diverted him. When I calculated that our physical security was insufficient, I rerouted all facility defense systems to a secondary control station near the top of the spire.
Clever as always. Well done.
Now that you're here, this battle will undoubtedly turn in our favor. The Sith Lord, Malgus, he and the last of his troops set off up the elevators toward the secondary controls. You're not too late to stop them.
If you read me, you better hunker down. Some of the reinforcements got past us, and they are not in a great mood.
We can hold this level with our troops. You three, go on. Malgus must be stopped.
Come with us, we can fight him together.
No, seeing me alive will only fuel his rage even further. This is your fight, all 3 of you. Fight as one, and you can defeat him. May the Force be with you.
Malgus!
Commander, I've been looking forward to meeting you. And Tau Adair, didn't you bring that old fool with you? I'm told he survived our last encounter.
Too bad you're not going to survive this one.
Death is nothing.
Alert! Shield power decreasing. Shield system failure imminent.
Shall we die together?
You think we'd give up so easily?
I think I will kill you easily.
Think again.
None of you have the resolve, the strength to beat me. Is commendable, but futile. So it wasn't just a story then. You actually destroyed him. You are strong enough. No matter. I will not fail. Your shipyard will crumble. Your republic will burn. Will not fail.
Shield power at 0%. Structural damage detected. Systems failures detected. Shield power restored. Structural support units deployed. Fire suppression systems activated. External defensive systems restored. Targeting hostiles. Now!
All forces, our assault has failed. The shields cannot be penetrated. Regroup at RV Point fresh. Now!
We got it. All ships, regroup at the Meridian Complex. Secure any remaining enemy forces on the surface and prepare search and rescue teams for deployment. We've won the impossible battle, but the day isn't over until we've gotten everyone home safely. Get to it.
Commander, we need to meet. The same location as last time. Your shortcomings demand explanation.
You're right. We should talk in person. I'll see you soon.
Good.
Well, if it isn't one of my new favorite people.
Tau and Arn both escaped with only minor injuries. They'll be along shortly.
All Corellia forces are still on alert, but it would seem Malgus has escaped us once again.
One miss in a day full of hits. We'll get him eventually. The production lines are firing back up in a matter of days. We'll get new ships to our frontline units in no time. The Empire committed a lot to this attack. They're gonna be hurting for a while, and we'll be ready to press the advantage.
We've spent a lot of time with our backs to a wall. It will be good to finally take the initiative.
Couldn't agree more. So, here we are. If there was anyone left who needed proof that we're lucky to have the Alliance on our side, they've got it. As it happens, we've got another initiative spinning up that I think you could be a big help on. General?
Task Force Nova, a joint military and civilian effort to help the Jedi rebuild their order.
My research suggests that there are still countless Jedi scattered across the galaxy. We will find them, and we will build them a new home.
You're not planning to rebuild on Tython?
Tython will remain a stronghold of the Jedi, but we have been separated from the rest of the galaxy for too long. Our new home should be found amongst the people of the Republic, not hidden away.
For the Republic to survive the troubles ahead, we need the Jedi back at full strength. And we can't make that happen without you and your alliance.
Master Nosteral and I will stay in contact as we work out the details. For now, rest and recover. You've earned it.
May the Force be with you, Commander.
Until next time.
The body count is too high.
Soldiers die in war. The reasons are immaterial.
Those people the Imps bombarded on Corellia weren't soldiers.
Theron.
I know you didn't pull the trigger on all of those civilians, but you're helping the people who did. I trust you to make the right calls. But it doesn't seem like you can trust them to do the same.
A spy really should be more flexible. Shall we stop by the cantina? I understand one of the generals is offering free drinks for anyone with an impressive Corellia story. Not the cantina, then.
Hey, need a minute of your time.
I'll find you later.
Well, if it isn't the improvised free-climbing champion of Corellia.
When he smashed the platform, I thought it was all over. I can't believe you managed to get back up there and fix the shields. You're everything they say you are.
And so was Malgus. We were lucky to survive it all. That wouldn't have happened if you hadn't been there. Thanks.
Do the two of you have a new mission yet?
For now, we'll be helping to run relief supplies back to Corellia. Can't risk pirates grabbing any of them.
Before we go, there's something else we need to talk about. Winarn and I were buried in all of that wreckage. We didn't dig ourselves out. We had help.
From who?
From them.
Kira Carson, Jedi Knight.
Lord Scourge, not a Jedi Knight.
You attacked me on Mek Shah.
And I gladly apologize. It was a necessary test.
A test that you passed. What are you talking about?
The Emperor, Tenebrae, Vitiate, Valkorion, whatever his name. He was a part of you. We all felt his destruction, but he has always been a master of deceit. We had to be sure that he wasn't lingering in your mind, hidden, waiting to come out only in the most dire circumstances. Now, we are sure.
I don't see Jedi and Sith cooperating very often outside my alliance. How did you end up working together?
That is a very long story.
We can't risk saying more here. Let's travel to your base on Odessen. It should be safe for us to talk there.
About what?
The final gruesome weapon of Tenebrae.
You were uniquely positioned to ensure an Imperial victory on Corellia. You failed to do so. Explain.
It's over. I won't sabotage the Republic for you. Not anymore.
You are making a grave mistake. Imperial victory is inevitable. I am also forced to wonder what your old friends might think if they were to find out about your past collaborations.
You're right. That would be awkward. We're here. Now tell me what this is all about.
As I told you on Carrick Station, Tenebray's last gruesome weapon. He sought immortality, but only his endless spite survives now. I was his most powerful servant once. His wrath. But I learned of his true nature and plotted his downfall for centuries. Ultimately, I saw what had to be done, and betrayed my empire in order to destroy its creator. That is how I came to fight alongside Kira.
We fought the Emperor's servants constantly for years. We even thought we'd beaten him alongside my master. Then Yavin 4 happened. And Valkorion.
I received guidance from an old ally. Instead of seeking out our enemy in his current shell, you, as it turns out, we sought a different target. Tenebray hid his original body where no one could harm it. As long as that body remained in stasis, the galaxy's greatest evil could never truly be killed.
Unless we destroyed Tenebray, the fight against Valkorion would never really be over.
Since Valkorion is gone, I assume you succeeded.
We did. As we later learned, we destroyed his first body just as you purged the last vestige of his twisted spirit from your mind. That is when his final weapon was unleashed. A Sith ritual, carved into his very flesh, unleashed an ancient plague from every molecule of his decaying corpse.
We were both knocked out cold, comatose for more than a year. Satil Shan was the one who finally pulled us out of that nightmare. And started a new one.
Like you, Kira and I have both been vessels for a portion of Tenebray's power. It acted as a sort of vaccine. But Satil had no such protection, nor did any of her followers. Within days, they were all laid low, trapped in a nightmarish slumber. In helping us, they are knowingly doomed themselves.
I've dealt with a Force Plague before. I'm sure I can help you.
That's great to hear, but there's more.
The infection is worsening. There is a darkness growing among the afflicted.
We can feel their minds connecting, communicating. We're afraid they might be merging somehow.
Merging into what? Another Valkorion? Is this plague bringing him back somehow?
It's too early to make that conclusion. Whatever it is immensely dangerous. We must stop it.
How?
We loaded Satil and all of her followers onto a transport to keep them quarantined, along with a few Medroids to tend to them. The transport is programmed to fly a random course through unsettled sectors of the Outer Rim, all weeks away from civilization. I can send a signal to alter the course, bring it to another empty system that's closer so that we can meet it in a shuttle.
We board the ship and connect our minds with yours through the Force. Together, we will face this entity and purge it from existence. And if we cannot purge it, then we destroy the transport and hope we've ended the old monster's schemes forever.
Valkorion was in my mind for a long time. What if connecting with this entity makes it stronger, instead of weaker?
It won't. That is why we tested you as we did. To make sure that no trace of him remained. You will not strengthen this entity, only destroy it.
It'll take a while for the transport to come back into range. Mind if we stay here in the meantime? I'm no crasher. If you need any help while we're waiting, all you have to do is ask.
If it's a matter of fighting in your renewed war, leave me out. I have slain enough of my old comrades for 5 lifetimes.
Old softy.
Ah, child.
I have a good feeling about this. Call if you need me.